Oh, what's up, YouTube? How's it going? I'm back again for another random tandem video. Anyways, I'm going to talk to you guys about what it's like to own a house. Pros and cons. I'm going to say this at the top of my head because there's quite a bit. And if I forgot any, I should have wrote it down. Alright. Oh shit. The sun is set and the yawns are coming. What are the pros and cons to owning a house? Well, the pro, in my case, if you live by yourself, pretty fucking sweet. You live alone, you're in control of your own self. No one tells you what to do, you don't have a relationship. You have no roommates. Yeah, the freedom. Freedom's great. Everyone wants freedom, right? The con to that, you're paying for everything on your own. Yeah, that blows. So wake up to life. Because sadly, that's the way the world works. And they don't give a shit if it's Christmas, Thanksgiving, those bills are coming out. You know, truck payment, mortgage, gas, freaking internet, phone, hydro, you name it. I just got a new furnace put in. Yeah, $7,000. That ain't cheap. I got a deal though. I ain't gonna say how much though, but it ain't that much. Anyways, besides that, so you gotta pay your own way. Another pro is that you're paying to rent the house. You didn't buy it cash. You bought it from the bank. You saved up your pleadient little money. Here in Canada, you can put down 5% as a first-time home buyer. And you got yourself a decent house in the budget that they'll give you based on your credit. So if you have shit credit, don't matter if you have 40 grand to put down on the house. They ain't going to give it to you. And that's more. So you bought a house for 200 grand and you had 40K to put down, that's more than 5%. But if you don't got the credit, the bank does this to you. One up your ass, one in your face. Sorry to be rude and explicit about that. But it's the fact of life. If you don't have good credit and you don't have money, you're not getting a house, you're going to be renting your whole life. So you know what, when you're younger and you saved your money like I did, count your blessings. Because when you want to buy your first house, with or without somebody, actually like I did without somebody, it's 20 times harder. So make sure you save your money. Because once you get in that market, you're set. And you get the last laugh. It's like when I bought my truck brand new, 50K. Buy it brand new, you're in the market, boom. It's worth 9 grand more than what I owe or something like that, something stupid. Because the truck payments are so high. And I got the interest rate at like next to nothing, but we won't get into that because it's no one's business. But all I'm going to say is that when I trade it in, I can get a brand new truck plus an additional whatever it's worth versus what I owe off. Not that I would do that because that's stupid. So basically my truck and my house are in equity now. And I get the last laugh. How great is that? That's awesome. So there's a huge pro to that. If you hit the market right with houses, it's even better because you're paying to live somewhere with or without rent. You need to live somewhere. So if you want to rent, go ahead. You don't have the burden of when the furnace breaks like I did. Outlets break, like an outlet just went, I gotta replace that, big deal. That's on me. I know that I'm replacing it, I'm the only one that's touching it. I'm not renting this house out to anybody. But then again, I'm not making money off anybody else. So everything's on you, like I said. That's a huge burden. But you gotta pay to rent somewhere, you gotta live somewhere, right? So why not pay down something that you bought to live in to resell it? And it's for someone that's never bought a house before, I hate saying this, but no matter what you buy, you're going to make money on it. Because the size of the land doesn't change. The house, sure, might be dumpy, might be falling apart. You fix it up. Or you don't fix it up and you sell it for what that dump is for. But the size of the land doesn't change. So you're going to make money off that no matter what. Cool feeling. It's great. But whatever you put into it, and fix and buy, you're going to get back in return when you sell it. How amazing is that? I've rented my whole life, and I've rented before this. I've lived with my mom growing up, and she's rented her whole life, never owned a house either. Got nothing out of it. Threw her money away and gave it to somebody else, you know? Sure, it's easy, it's convenient. Let someone else deal with the bullshit. Or you can put the bullshit on your own hands if you have the money, the line of credit, whatever, and fix it yourself, knowing that it's brand new and knowing that it's fixed. Then when you go to flip the house and sell it, boom. What sells with houses? White trim, new paint, and when you buy a house, ain't nothing holding you back. You turn alpha, nothing gets in your way, man. Anything that goes, you're tackling it. You know, it could be a pain in the fucking ass. Plain and simple. It sucks. It could cost money, and then again, it can make you money. So it's how you want to look at it. You know, you might not reap the benefit now, my friend, but when you go to sell that puppy, oh baby, money in the bank. Sad reality. And you know what? For the longest time, I didn't think like that. Just like no one thinks, why would you buy a brand new truck? Yeah, you're buying a brand new truck. It's obviously going to lose its depreciation and its value. But you know what? In the end, it's still a pickup truck. It still does what you want it to do. It still picks up stuff in the bed, and it still hauls your ass around with a trailer, whatnot. It's still a pickup truck. It's eventually going to depreciate because you're driving it, but it's still going to do what it needs to do. It's going to be the necessity of what it was designed to do, and it's going to hit that bottom dollar value. And you'll make money on it because pickup trucks are in demand, and that's just the way it is. But we're not comparing houses to pickup trucks. Just invest your money wisely is all I got to say, people. And if you're going to invest your money, houses for sure. It's called real estate for a reason. It's real money. It's not ever going to go away. Another pro is I can rent out my house for more than what I paid for it. Now, based on what you pay for it, you're always going to be up because the bank doesn't want to sell you a house for like, I don't know if we can do it. No, they want to make sure you can afford that house because they don't want it back. Why do they want it back? They want to make money off you plus your interest. They don't want your house back. They will make sure you can only afford your house and whatever it costs to run that house. They don't care if you need to eat or what you drive. They want to make sure that you can just afford that house. Well, sort of. That's another video. Anyways, if you're making a couple K a month, take home, that's really good. It's like double what your mortgage is, right? Say you put down a good percent, you lowered everything, you got your payments nice and low, but you know, they don't really take into consideration everything else. They just look at what you make for a year and what you have to put down, and then the rest is on you. But once you get that stamp of approval for your first house, all the other houses are like smooth sailing. So, just getting that first house, obviously your first house is going to suck. It's going to be a piece of shit unless you have really good money or, you know, you're buying with somebody. I recommend a fixer-upper because then you can do it your way. You're not buying someone else's investment that they put time and paint and money into and every little dumb little thing you can think of. Because then when you go to smash it or break it, then, you know, you're like, This way, you know, it's not the best house. You can knock out a wall. Hopefully it doesn't cave in. Obviously not, but facts of life. Yeah, you need a place to live, and the cost of me renting versus owning was basically the same. With what I had to put down, what I could afford, it was just cheaper to own a home than to rent a room with a kitchen the size of my truck. Nuh-uh. I got 2 kids. That ain't happening, man. I got lucky. I would never do condos. That's just stupid. Condo fees, plus you don't even have a yard. What are you paying for? Oh, someone to shovel your driveway like so you can park or underground parking? Big deal. I like the fact that I can check my mail outside my door, shovel my own driveway if I want. If I don't want to, then I don't have to do it. No one tells me what to do. No landlord comes here bitching at me. Freaking cut your grass, do this, do that. I'm my own boss. BOSS, Matt. Own boss. So owning your own house, it's a good feeling. You can do whatever you want. You can paint the walls, whatever you want. You don't like the fridge? Get rid of it. You don't like where the fridge is located? Move it. You're your own boss. It doesn't get any better than that. But when it comes time to pay bills and taxes, you got to do that. Everything is in your name. And then again, it's a good feeling knowing that it's not all-inclusive because you know what you're using. Like, oh, the water was this much this month. Oh, the hydro was this month. just this much this month, right? So you get to track where everything goes. Whereas all inclusive, you might be paying a little bit more, not even knowing where all your money's going. Though you don't have the burden of bills, which is another good thing, right? You don't want that burden every month of someone paid the bills. Well, then rent. If you want to rent, then rent. But the price of houses are constantly climbing. The population isn't slowing down anytime soon. So as the population goes up, so does the value of your house, because things cost more to build. The price of wood goes up. So you know what? A lot of people are saying it's almost cheaper to build your not to build your own house, but to buy your own house already pre-built versus build, because they get so many discounts and they bundle it in versus you buying each and every individual piece of wood. Or so I've been told. I've never built my own home. I don't know. Could be blowing smoke under your ass for all I know, but that's just what I heard. And it also pays to know like an electrician or a plumber or somebody that can come to your house and, you know, fix this for nothing, get a second opinion. Versus a landlord, you know, like you could be waiting a while. It's his way or no way, right? So that's another thing. Space, right? Like having a roommate, I can have half my mortgage paid off. Like that's just a huge pro. Like you cannot beat that. I'm in the spare room right now and it's my YouTube room. How cool is that? I'm just talking away, making videos, instead of renting out a room. But the con to that is that anything happens or they take a bath every day. You know what I mean? Like you can't say stupid little shit, and it's very hard to kick people out. Believe it or not, they have rights just like you. You can't just make them homeless. So their house, your house is their house too. So that's another thing to take in consideration. You have to be respectful if you want to play loud music. It's not just your neighbors now. You have someone in your home renting from you. So that could be a little bit of a burden, especially if it's a 1 floor or 2 floor or whatever the case may be. Maybe his room didn't come with a door or whatnot. I don't know. But you have to be in consideration, and there's certain rules to follow. You need to get a lawyer involved and all that stuff, because you don't want them to take you to court for anything stupid like mold. And you have to be very discreet on what you want, and you sign a contract, right? Like, hey, rent's due at this time, and if you don't pay, well then we're going to court, motherfucker. But sorry for the profanity, but I'm just saying, it gets real when you buy a house. That's all I gotta say. It's different renting. Oh, you got 60 days to move out. You know, with the bank, they want their money, or out the door you go, bro. You know, you can miss a couple payments, wreck your credit for all I care. You know, that's on you. But they'll repo your house. This ain't yours. This is the bank's. You know, but they don't want it back. So that's another good thing, because you can just be like, well, up for sale. I'm out of here. But basically, in a nutshell, that's what I'm thinking. Everything's on you, everything that breaks, and I have OCD really bad, so when I see the gutter leaking, or I gotta go downstairs and spray foam something to, you know, keep the draft down, everything's on you. So if you don't like it, you gotta fix it yourself. But that's life, I guess. Whatever. You just learn to deal with it, right? Just like a vehicle. But I'm used to renting and not owning, so I'm not used to having that burden on me, but now I do, and I'm okay with that. So there's your pros and cons, guys. If I missed anything, let me know. You'll learn real quick that roofs aren't cheap. You know, drywall's not cheap. Flooring ain't cheap. Everything has a price, and everybody wants $1 for helping you do the littlest dumb thing. So if you could do it all by yourself, then, you know, be your own handyman. It's like the best thing ever, and you learn a lot when you have a house too, which is kind of nice. So what do you know? Thanks so much, guys, for watching. Please like and subscribe for more random videos, as I try to upload not so often.